Are you ready to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Well, in order for that to happen, you need to break free from the bad beliefs that are holding your success hostage. You need to optimize the stress by turning it into extra energy for success. And those hurtful habits? Well, we need to give that pain a purpose for progress. Welcome to Stop the Self-Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast. What did you learn in school about self-sabotage? No, I'm not talking about the school that you went to for your academic learning. I'm talking about the environment in which you were raised in, the authority figures around you, and what they taught you about moving forward and going after your goals, or how you needed to self-sabotage in order for them to be okay. There's not a baby born that says, let me find all the ways to screw up my life. That is a learned behavior, which is phenomenal because that means it can be relearned. But before we get to that point, let's look at the different ways that we were taught to self-sabotage. Let's start with maybe a chaotic household. Maybe there was neglect, or there was a lot of anger and outbursts, or maybe you weren't even noticed. And so there was no certainty that you could count on. So you turned to other things to help you feel stable. That's the child going, hey, those animal crackers taste really, really good. And maybe it's because the carbs in them that calm the child's system. Or maybe it was the sugar in them that helped the child feel like they were able to flee or to fight. Because these symptoms can show up as young as 2 or 3. Or it could have been that there was no transfer of authority. There were no choices given to the child, that it was very authoritative and locked down. And so the kid said, great, I'll learn to be an overperformer. So I will earn the right to have some choices, or I'll overperform by avoiding, and I'm going to show you that I don't need anybody. So either way, you get attached to a type of behavior that says, I'm going to constantly give and give and give, or no, I'll give, but nobody's getting close to me. Maybe it was at the level of worthiness, to where it was everybody here is a hot mess and they need to be saved. These are typically the people that grow up to be hanging out in Hollywood or politicians. Or at this level, what you're going to find more frequently with the rest of us is, oh, I have to martyr myself in order for everybody around me to be okay. And then the very last level, all we wanted was love. But instead, we were taught to connect to being hot messes. Either we're a hot mess or those around us are a hot mess. And so because of that, we're going to have to sacrifice ourselves. We're not going to have any choice. And then we're going to turn to some sort of harmful habit that in the moment will help us feel stable. This is how self-sabotage is learned. And what can happen then is that you treat the symptoms of it. Oh, I eat too much. I drink too much. I avoid getting involved in relationships. I give too much in my relationships. I spend too much money. I constantly give
until there's nothing left for myself and I break down. Again, anything that is learned can be relearned, because I just went through what's known as the core four: certainty, freedom, worthiness, and validation. And by the way, there's two more past that. The core four is what we will manifest in our life as far as the amount of money we make, the type of relationships that we have, the career that we pick. So the core four is all about physical manifestation. But then we have the two needs of the spirit that will help us feel fulfilled. And one of those can be knowledge, where you will bounce from podcast to book to class. Every once in a while, you may work with a mentor, but not usually, because you want to keep that distance. Yeah. And so you'll be bouncing around going, oh my gosh, there's got to be something here that's going to assist me. Instead of saying, okay, I need wisdom. I need the wisdom of how to customize this to me. I have been a chameleon, making my personality fit all the people, places, and things around me. It's about time someone showed me how to make it all about me. And I already know some of you are going, oh, well, I need to be careful that I won't become egotistical. Honey, there ain't no way that's going to happen. You don't have it in you. You were taught to give to those who were egotistical. So, no, we don't have to worry about that happening. So you have knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is where you can spew all the different things that you've learned. You can regurgitate them, but you don't have the consistent results in your life. But it makes you feel good learning something. Yeah, it's a great distraction. And then the final level after that is, oh my gosh, that I'm going to take this and I'm going to make the world a better place for this, for other people. But you're doing it because you're hoping you're going to get some of the crumbs of connection, because you haven't received the transfer of authority from the knowledge that you've experienced, because it needs to be customized to you. Quit trying to make yourself fit into someone else's system. Make the system work for you. So what's that mean? That means the school of success. Because the law of polarity says everything's created as a whole. If there's up, there's down. If there's inside, there's outside. If you learned a dysfunctional way of performing, then that same way can actually pull you into your destiny when it works for you instead of you working for it. So the very first step in the school of success is going to be recognizing that you have a need. You had a need for certainty, for freedom, for worthiness, for validation. I don't know which one is the top one for you, but you've been getting that need met in a dysfunctional way. It's time that you learned to make it work for you. And then after that, you want to look at your programming, where you have 40 to 60,000 thoughts every single day. Your subconscious is going, okay, what thoughts do you want me to pay attention to? And you can either have pain avoidance or progress approaching, but you cannot do both. And you've been locked in a spiral down cycle of pain avoidance, which can help you feel good short term, but long term, it does not lead to a high quality life. And so we have to retrain the focus on approach. Then after that, we have your conditioning. Your conditioning is the emotions that you're going to experience on a consistent basis. And in the beginning, the fear, the overwhelm, the anxiousness, nervousness, tension, the avoidance, that's not going to go away. So we want to give it the ability to express itself in a way that's going to be beneficial. I was talking to a brand new client that I will be working with later on this week. And they already know that they're locked into a cycle of avoidance. I'm like, excellent. Start picking out what you do want to avoid. Instead of going, oh, I need to get rid of that. No, then that habit and pattern is going to hang on even more. Instead, choose it to work for you. We need to re-educate how to optimize it. So what do you want to avoid? Then the third step in the school of success is you can either solve problems or you can design a life, but which one is going to take priority? It is going to be designing a life based on your brilliance. In fact, we already know scientifically the numbers 3-to-1 or 5-to-1. If you want a decent quality of life, it needs to be 3 designed to every problem that you solve. I'll give you an example of this. One of my clients is an incredible artist, and she is using a brand new video medium. She's used other canvas and hands-on mediums, and this is going to be the first time that she has used a artificial intelligence medium. And it's a challenge for her to figure out some of the pieces. And I said, well, you can either approach it by going, it's another problem I have to solve, but because your subconscious will not tolerate a void, once you solve that problem, it's going to find another one to solve. So you can say, well, I have this problem to solve, but I also have these 3 things that I'm brilliant at that I want to bring out in this journey, because you're going to spend more time in the journey than you are in the arrival of getting your goal. So what is it? And she said, well, I adapt really well to mediums that I'm using as an artist. Okay, great. What else is your brilliance? Oh, my works of art uplift people. Excellent. What else is your brilliance? You're getting the gist here. So whenever she approaches the program that she's using, it's not just, more problems to solve. It's who do I need to be? And what's the revelation here of my strengths, talents, abilities, and gifts that I'm bringing to this new medium? Yeah, because then the final piece is your identity upgrade. The results that you have in your life right now are based on who you think you are. And if you keep operating from that level, you'll get some relief from your self-sabotage, but you won't get revelation of the next area of life that is saying, hey, come on up. The view is even better from up here. So it is an identity upgrade. An identity upgrade is where you get to express more of who you really are. But all of this has to be customized to you. If this is making sense to you, I'm going to invite you to have a conversation with me, and we'll see if I'm the right fit for you to make this system, the school of success, one where it performs for your progress. So you can go to my website, sign up for that complimentary coaching call where I guarantee you will leave with a tip, tool, or technique you can use same day to not only get relief, but begin the revelation of who you really are. So until we get together again, blessings on your journey as well as the arrival.